Hello there. Do you run Facebook, Google ads, or maybe even put up YouTube videos and no one clicks your shit? Well, it's likely because you're ugly, and I can't fix that. You're a 5'2" goblin. Your ugly parents produced an ugly kid. It's not gonna happen. I pity you. Hence why I'm making this video right now, to give you the blueprint I use for images across Facebook ads, Google ads, and YouTube videos to get better results than videos. You're probably running video ads on Google and Facebook and you're not getting the click-through rates you want. This image ad blueprint right here beats videos right now. You are going to get cheaper clicks, you're going to get people to your site at a much lower cost, and they're going to convert much higher. In fact, I've been replacing most of my video ads with this. And you can listen to me on this because I've been running ads for almost a decade and built multiple 8-figure businesses. In fact, I built one 9-figure business all fueled by ads. And if you need proof what I'm about to show you works, you can check out my YouTube channels, not just this one, but my one in crypto, that have reached millions of followers. And the reason why they're able to do this is because I'm exceptionally good at getting those red hot clicks. My thumbnail and headline system I'm going to give you right here will allow you to slap an image in a headline anywhere on planet Earth. Magazines, Facebook ads, heck, even at your cousin's bar mitzvah. And people will not only just click it, but they will buy in higher volumes or do whatever the heck you want them to do. Watch a video, stay on the page, read the sales copy, opt in. I don't give a f. You'll get them to do it with these image ads. And as an added perk, you won't even have to make video ads anymore. You can just be a lazy piece of shit, load up MS Paint, slap some crap down, and you'll get higher click-through rates than all your friends. They'll be very impressed. They'll come to you and go, wow, that's great. That's a great click-through rate you got there. And you'll be like, yes, I know. I copied Alex Becker. His works. So without further ado, I'm going to get into this. And this is something you have to learn, because what I'm seeing at Hyros right now, and if you don't know, I'm the CEO of one of the largest ad tracking companies on the entire planet, is I'm seeing image ads taking over and actually replacing video ads in many instances. And like I said before, if you know how to do this, you're going to get clicks a lot cheaper. You're going to get people to your site a lot cheaper. You're going to be able to put in no effort because you're using image ads, which is fantastic. We're all for that here. We're all lazy sacks of shit. And you'll be able to stand out because everybody's using video ads and UGC ads right now. This right here is different. So let me break it down. So let's begin. Now, it goes without saying, after a person clicks the ad, a lot of other things importantly have to happen, okay? They have to go through the right funnel. They have to go through the right video sales scripts. There's different video ad scripts you can actually use to set up these ads better on YouTube and Google. The targeting, the whole hoopla. There's a lot more to advertising than just making cool, sexy images. We get it. Which is why below this video, my exact ad funnels, my ad scripts, my ad targeting, the exact type of procs and type of funnel I like to use, it's all here on YouTube listed below. So after this video, and throughout this video, I'm going to mention a few other tactics which you can watch below. It's all given away totally for free. I have no info products or education course or mastermind to sell you. I'm already extremely rich. I don't have to do that. My only hope here is that if I help you make more money with this content via your ads, you're going to think to yourself, maybe I should track my ads. Maybe I shouldn't run my ads like a drunken baboon. Because if I track where my sales come from accurately, I'm going to be able to optimize my ads and then get more of those sales cheaper. That's common fucking sense. We all know this. When you make more money from this content I'm gonna give you, you're gonna come and use my company Hyros to track your ads, to thus make more money from your ads. We in fact guarantee it, or you don't pay for Hyros. So that's my theory here. I hope it works out. So let's talk about these image ads and why we wanna be doing this. So on top of giving you my exact blueprint right here, that works on YouTube, it works on Facebook, it works on Google. Heck, you can probably copy this over to TikTok if you want. But image ads have some very unique benefits. The first one being you can be a lazy sack of shit and make these work. You don't have to shoot video ads. You don't have to do anything. And these are actually beating video ads in many instances. The click-through rates and people looking at them is just, it's better in a lot of instances. The reason for that is with image ads, you're really able to get your entire message across in less than 5 seconds, which is going to get the click. Okay, and this is super important in many instances because getting the click is 90% of the battle. Getting attention and expressing everything is 90% of the battle. So this is why I think it's been working a lot better. And then 3, it stands out. So right now, everybody's doing video ads. I'm sure as you scroll through Facebook, heck, I can go do it right now. If we look through the video, you can actually see one of my ads right here. It's a video ad. Ignore that. But you can see they all blend together into one just giant hoopla of something you've seen before. Nobody's really running images right now. And if you notice when you drive through, you stop to look at images like this a lot. Like stuff like this. You don't look at this. You look at stuff like this. Stuff like this. Like, this is what gets people to look at stuff on social media right now. People's attention spans are so short that image ads really play this better than even a 5-second, 10-second video ad. So let's go through the steps to making a really good image. Now, The cool thing about images is you can mass split test them very easily. You can change the colors, you can change the text of them rapidly. It gives you an advantage you wouldn't naturally have in video ads. But I want to show you this technique being used in the most high stakes form of image ads there are, which is YouTube thumbnails. Because when you put up a video on YouTube, you have one shot at the headline, you have one shot at the thumbnail. Yeah, there's some split testing features on YouTube, but they're dog shit. They don't work. So you really have to get it right the first time, meaning you got to know what you're doing. And so what I want to walk you through is the techniques I use for thumbnails on this channel and my other channel. And as you can see, my channels greatly outperform other channels. If you look at crypto channels, for example, the average views there is probably like 50 to 100K. I get about 500,000 views per video. If you look at this channel and advertising, the average view on channels in this space is about 3,000, 5,000 views. We're getting 20, 50,000 views a video right now. I'm gonna explain to you why this is happening, because if you understand this, you can make phenomenal video and image ads, and you can also apply this to your YouTube. So there's 3 steps to this. One, there's the trigger. Okay, and what the trigger is what gets the person's eyes on the image. And what we want to do is we want to disturb the person in some way. Okay, whether this can be making them mad, giving them a punchable face, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, turning them on a little bit to playing a little bit with their dopamine systems, making them feel judged, shamed, or some type of emotion. We have to put an image on here that makes them feel some type of emotion, whether it's disgust, amusement, interest. It has to be something that triggers them. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create curiosity, not just curiosity, but targeted curiosity. All right. If I wanted to get everyone's attention on YouTube and get them to click, I could make a thumbnail with a girl with a big rack and put, she made 6 million on OnlyFans this month. Everybody would click that. Not only are they triggered by the picture of the hot girl, but then they have this story right here. How the heck did she make $6 million? And then they're all thinking, I hate her, so they're all going to click it. But then when I start talking about advertising on my video channel or talking about cryptocurrency, they're not going to watch it. So we have to find a way not just to trigger curiosity and interest to get the click, but we have to get the right people clicking. And then finally, we have to create a story with a headline that must be completed if the person is our target market. Okay? So what I mean by this is I can create anything, a story, like, hey, girl makes 6 million on OnlyFans. How did that happen? That's great. That's gonna get a click, but that story headline isn't something that's necessarily going to need to be completed by our target market. For example, at Hyros, I have to not only catch a person's attention, but I have to catch the attention of someone that's interested in running advertising. If I'm going to run these ads, I have to trigger their curiosity, and then I have to create a story that a person who runs ads will then click on, which is, again, actually being able to run your ads correctly and make money from them and make a much higher ROI from your ads. Which, again, I'm not going to shamelessly show you Hyros too much in this video, but I don't see how you expect to make ads work when you can see right here, if I'm tracking calls just for Hyros right here on this one ad account, you can see in this example, Facebook caught 32 calls, Hyros tracking caught 61, Facebook tracking caught 2 calls, Hyros tracking caught 9. You can see tracking is off on Facebook and Google by 50, 100% in some instances. Base number one thing you have to do if you're running ads is know where the sales are coming from, so that you can turn off ads that are not working and clearly see the ads that are, and then scale them up with your true numbers. If you're not doing that, you're wasting or losing 20, 30, 40% of your potential profit from ads. So please, as I teach you this image technique that's going to make you more money from your ads, you should go and make even more money from your ads by not running them like a drunken pirate and actually being able to track your real results and real numbers, so you can actually scale these things. So let's talk about this thumbnail on our Bizroids channel that just did very well, okay? And this applies to all the thumbnails that are on my crypto videos and everything. This is the core concept right here. So why does this thumbnail do very well? There's 3 things that are happening right here. There's the trigger, there's the curiosity triggering text in the image, and then there is the headline. What a lot of people do when they're running their image ads or creating any images is they don't try to do these steps in order, and they try to convey way too much at a time without actually engaging the target. So they're going to put images that try to tell the story. Their headline text is going to try and convey way too much information, or doesn't convey the right information, and their headline doesn't trigger a click. You have to use each part of the image as its own targeted sniper-like action. So if you look at this image, we have to start with the trigger. The trigger is whatever gets the person's eyeballs there. So in a lot of examples right here, what I like to do in my videos, for example, is I like to make a very punchable face. Okay. Whenever I used to watch YouTube, there was this like 18-year-old YouTuber who had like broccoli hair, Gen Z as fuck, Very annoying looking kid. And he'd always have faces like this in his videos, and I wanted to punch him at all times. But what was the result? I'd stop, I'd look at him, I'd hate him, and then I'd look at the damn thumbnail, and then I would go and look at the headline, and I'd click his video, and I would at least watch it for a few minutes. It worked. The kid was getting millions of views in the marketing space. So that story aside, what I'm going to try and do with all my videos is I like to give them a punchable face. That just works for me. What happens is a person sees this and they get triggered. They feel a little bit of anger, resentment, some type of negative emotion that gets them to then read the story of the ad. Now, for triggers, you don't just have to use a punchable face. You can use, for example, if you ever saw those images ads back in the day, there'd be a picture of like this weird farmer, with his shirt off in a field, and it would say like, the IRS hates him. He found a way to break the system once and for all and escape taxes on his farm. Something like that. The trigger on that was the weird guy with the pitchfork. And that ad sounds so played out and so generic because it worked for so long. For like a decade, you could just run that ad and make money. Okay? And it used the same exact format we're going through right here. So what you want to do is you want to use some image that triggers them. Another good example that doesn't involve faces or people is I saw a weight loss ad and they got like a bunch of egg yolks all together, and they put them all together so it looked like fat or something. And then they put like that in the image, and that drew people's eyeballs to the image because it was disgusting to look at. So I want you to think about, you're going to have to split test this and use different things, and certain triggers will work better than others. But think about, what image can I put in my ad that will draw a person's eyeballs to the image first? That's priority number one. Get the eyeballs on the ad. The face right here, eyes, eye contact, also very important because people are drawn to faces and eye contact. That all works very well. Obviously, you could go and throw like a hot woman or something on here, but what I'd also suggest with these triggers is don't use something that they see repeatedly. For example, if you put hot babes in your ads, everybody's seen hot babes, and it's not probably going to create the best thing for your brand. So think about this, split test different triggers. Now, what I want to do with the text as well is I want to do a few things. I want to trigger them, create some type of emotion, and then I want to create a story, a provocative story, that they then must get the answer to. All right, or creates a question in their head. Piques their curiosity, and I must make sure it's getting the right people. So let's look at this headline right here. Hey, stupid, obviously triggering. Run sexual ads, obviously the sexual word right here, triggering, okay? It's very provocative. These two parts right here create a very provocative statement that gets the person hooked, okay? But then when we say run sexual ads, then sell this, this calls out my target market right here. Obviously, this makes it very clear that this video that they're going to see is going to be about advertising and selling things. So what I've done is I've captured the attention of everybody. I've created a provocative story that then appeals only to my target audience and then reels my target audience in. This is the goal of the headline that's in the image. All right? There's the headline that goes below the image that's about to get the click. But what we're trying to do right here is we're trying to get their curiosity piqued and filter them and make it provocative so they actually are interested, like their curiosity is very peaked out. This statement right here creates a lot of curiosity. Now, this is finished by the headline of this video, which is I explain an ad funnel that makes me $72,000 a day. And so what does this headline right here that is going to go below the video, I'm sure you've seen ads on Facebook and Google, I'm sure you've seen YouTube videos, you're watching one right now, you look at that headline last. And that headline, what it does is it creates the story that they then must click to finish. I explain an ad funnel that makes me $72,000 a day. So what has happened, I caught the person's attention, I hooked their curiosity and filtered them to make sure my target audience, and then I presented them with a story that they must complete. This ad funnel makes $72,000 a day. What's the ad funnel? How does it work? That's an extreme amount of money. How is he doing this? And that's the end position I want my target user in. They're going to click and then they're going to watch the video. Now, of course, the video then has to heavily relate to the story and all the imagery I put right here. Of course, the ad has to relate to that. And for example, you really want to make sure that your image ads and your landing pages line up using what I like to call the sell a pizza, get a pizza technique that is broken down below under this video. It shows how you can make your ads relate very heavily and pre-sell your landing pages to dramatically increase conversion. So watch that video below this. It's incredibly useful for this technique I'm giving you right here. But you can see those 3 steps have been accomplished. And if we go over to my YouTube channel, you can see, if we go look at my most popular videos recently, you can see I'm using this technique over and over and over again. All right, so if we go look at one video that did really well, like don't run ads to poor people. You can see right here, what am I doing? Trigger, punchable face. Hey, stupid, don't run ads to poor people. What is that? Very provocative, very obnoxious. And it mentions ads. It filters the target audience in. And then I explain an ad tactic that made me 150 million at 30. Super engaging story. Let's look at it in crypto. Okay, let's look at this technique used over there, and then we're gonna hop over to ad accounts and break this down for advertising. So let's look at some of my best converting videos right here. So obviously you can see I'm using similar faces over here. You can see I'm using the same technique across the board. And you can see when I'm not using a triggering face, look at this one right here. The face isn't as triggering, it's kind of boring, okay? Not as many views, okay? Not as many views right here. So you can see that pattern kind of playing out right here. Now, what's happening right here? Hey, stupid, dump Bitcoin, buy these. Very triggering image, triggering provocative headline in the text. Sell Bitcoin, these 7 crypto coins will 23x by 2025. With a story that then a person that's interested in crypto investing must engage in. Now let's look at a few other things with these images before we actually hop over to ad images. What's going on in these images? You can see how I am using a very simple background in the images because I want the text and the face to stand out. We don't need good looking images. You can actually see on my business channel, a lot of the images like still have pixels around them. It's just because I go in Photoshop, rip out the background, chuck it out there, no effort. You don't need the images to look good. What we need to do is remember how the person's eyes work and what our goals are. We want to get them to our trigger. That's it. We don't want them to look at a pretty image and go, whoa, this guy's a great designer. We want to lock their eyes locked. Okay. Then we want to drag their eyes to the image headline. Dump Bitcoin. Big red titles right here. Okay. This is what's going to attract them right there. Then they're going to see, hey, stupid, and buy these. Okay. That's how their eyes are going to work when they look at this. They're going to go, hey, stupid, dump Bitcoin, buy these. Buy what? And then they go to the headline because they need more information. Sell Bitcoin, these 7 cryptos, whatever. All right, you can see where it's going from here. And you can see this strategy has been repeated over and over and over again. Now, a few other things are going on right here. If you notice on the face and the trigger, I make sure to make it stand out. I make it very bright, over contrasted. I've gone and made the eyes even deeper blue to drag people's face attention in. I go and also increase the brightness around the eyes so people's eyes and everything come in. And some really good channels you can look at for inspiration for thumbnails, Beastmister or Mr. Beast. If you look at Mr. Beast thumbnails, he's like the master of doing this when it comes to images. So what he's doing is the exact same technique, but what he's doing right here, let me make sure you can see this, is for entertainment videos, I don't think that headline in the image works as good as it does in info or business or infotainment type videos that I do. Like, so for example, crypto or business videos, I want to use text in the image. For entertainment videos, you can see what Mr. Beast does really well right here is, again, all the things I talk about when it comes to the face. All right, he lures you in with the face. You see the face right here, eye contact, over contrasted face. Even if it wasn't his face on there, this would reel you in. All right, obviously because he has his face in there, it's gonna get a little bit more attention, but same exact concept. Okay, you can even see this face is a little bit triggering. It's a little bit like there's something off about it. It brings you in, all right, it triggers you. Then you can see he tells a story, a provocative story with the image in the background. You can see this ship right here and then this golden ship. It looks crazy. It creates this curiosity, what's going on here, the same way the text in my images does. Then $1 versus $1 million yacht. It's a story that you must complete. If we go to Alex Hormozi's channel, you're going to see the same exact tactics. And Alex is very, very well as far as business videos go. So when you look at his videos, especially his most popular ones that do the best, okay, let's go find his most popular videos. All right, you can see how he's doing the same exact thing in 2 different ways. So here's the Mr. Beast effect right here. You got the triggering face, you got the money in the background. There's some story being told here. Why is he upset? Why is he angry? Why is there money in the background? Okay, same exact thing. What really does well here, and a really good example of just the text one that I really prefer for ads and info-based channels, is you can see he has the face right here. There's some story, it triggers you in, it pulls you in. Why is his expression like this? Obviously, Alex's brand is a little bit different than mine. Mine is provocative, triggering, and obnoxious. His is not, so he's not using the same type of punchable face. But you can see this sell to the rich right here. This is very triggering right here. This is a triggering headline right here. Obviously, it's going to attract people that want to sell things and want to make more money. And then he has a story right here in the headline. You can see how everything works one point at a time. So now that you've seen this pattern over and over again, let's apply it to ads. Now, the same process works on Google ads, Facebook ads, anywhere you put up an image with a headline combination, this is where it works. Now, the reason why I covered YouTube ads so much is because that's the highest stakes, highest level of this technique. When it comes to paid ads, you can split test 50 different images, 50 different headlines, 50 different triggers. You really can get it wrong, and you just have to get it right once. With YouTube, you have to get the thumbnail right, you have to get the headline right, or the video doesn't do well, and you just wasted 30 minutes making the video. And you can only upload so many times per week. You only put up 2 to 3 images. So when you're looking at the video thumbnails and headlines on YouTube, that is the Super Bowl, that is the UFC of image ad creating, okay? So once we move over to ads themselves, it's far easier because we can test everything. So let's look at one of my ads on Hyros. It does super well. This thing craps money. It does great. Now, I'm going to give you one little tip before we talk about this. I find that image ads work particularly well for retargeting ads because the person already knows your brand and they know about you. Now, there's 2 different types of image ads we want to use, whether we're using cold ads or we're using retargeting ads, which I'm going to get into in this. So what I'm going to do is, this is a cold traffic ad. This is meant for people that don't know what Hyros is. So you can see, what do we got going on right here? The thing that I've done wrong in this ad is this image is not triggering. This is actually a bad ad, and I'm pretty sure I can make this better by making this image better. How would I do this? What I'd use is the Hyros dashboard, but I put in weird images, like show like an ad manager dashboard, maybe put in weird images like a creepy face or, boobs or something that looks like a turd. This is just me being an immature goof right here, but there's all sorts of weird things you can put in a software dashboard to draw someone's eye in. You can see how I'm going to use something that's going to trigger people the same way. Now, you can see I'm using the text to create a curiosity peak that is filtered. My ads are scaling so fast, I had to take a damn loan. One thing I want to point out is I use the word damn in this. Why? Using little slight cursives catches attention better. General tip for you. My ads are scaling so fast, I had to take a damn loan. It's a triggering statement. It's not as controversial or crazy as my YouTube videos, but it has the same effect on someone that's running ads. Why are they scaling so fast? Why do you have to take a damn loan? What am I missing right here? I wish my ads were scaling. All this works together. So you can see the image drags the person's eye in, okay? The text right here creates curiosity. Then they're gonna go and check these headlines to figure out what the heck is going on. Can't scale your ads in 153 tests and increased ad scale by 15.3%. Here's how. The big and more important one right here is new data plus AI grew ad scale 15.3% on average. This is going to trigger anybody that is interested in making more money in their ads to click this ad, and then they're going to go to the page, and the whole other marketing tactics, like the video sales or the videos that I have selling, the copywriting on the page, the funnel I'm using, which are all linked below in this video. Go to the description, it's all there. That's where all that's going to come into play. But you can see the same exact pattern being used I use in my YouTube videos, and there's even ways we can systematically see how to improve this. Because the whole point is getting the eye hooked, creating curiosity, getting them to this headline right here and on to the next page. And this headline here, new data plus AI grows ad scale, or grew ad scale by 15.3% on average. The person is going to click to complete this story right here. And by the way, if you're interested in that, again, yes, Hyros does that, and we guarantee it, or you don't pay for it. You can see literally in this ad right here, as I'm using this, Hyros tracking is beating Facebook tracking as much as 200% in some instances right here. If you're not using accurate stats, you're running your ads like a drunk baboon. So bonus tip, actually track where your sales are coming from. If you're using base tracking, it's not going to cut it. You're losing so much money for no reason. So again, maybe track your ads. But you can see the same exact tactic being used right here that we use on YouTube. It works. This thing beats a lot of our video ads. So to wrap things up, let's look at one other image ad that works very, very well. This works well on GDN. It works well on Facebook ads. This crushed it for us. And this is a different type of image ad, but it's not too different. I just want to point out a few things that are key here. So this is a remarketing ad for people that already know what Hyros is. And one of the best things you can do when it comes to advertising is using image ads to people that have visited your website almost like an email list, because they're so cheap to run. You can hit these people so targetedly, and you can also dominate places that most people aren't running ads, which is the side areas on Facebook and in GDN. People aren't running ads very aggressively or at the same rate that they are as they are video ads that are in stream on YouTube and Instagram. That's just what people all lean towards. So what's going on here? I think you can already tell me if you've been watching this video. Triggering face brings the person in. This is too much, ends soon. The one caveat here is people already know who I am, or they've already been to Hyros, and they don't need to be told what HighRoast does. They don't need to be filtered. The fact that they've already been on the HighRoast website means they're my target audience. So I'm not doing the filtering. I'm just creating a provocative headline right here. This is too much and soon. What's too much? It's too soon. Why does Alex look like he has to poop? These all things trigger the person in and get them to read the point of the ad. 30% off HighRoast pre-Black Friday prep sale. The entire point of the ad is to get them to read this right here. They already know what HighRoast is. They already probably know if they're interested or not. And all they really need to do is get them to click right now. So what I'm doing is I'm not explaining, hey, this AI improves results or anything like that. What I'm doing is I'm saying, literally, if you've been interested in this, it's time to click now. And you can see I'm using the same pattern just to express different things. It's not about following in a cookie cutter way. It's about understanding the pattern itself. Trigger the person and reel them in. Create a headline or something, story that they become curious about. Use the headline or the final headline text to reel them in. On promotional ads or direct ads, I like to just use a big straight up click now headline like this one to really bring the person in. I'm not really going to rely on this headline or the description too much because we don't need to. The point of that is much more simple. The person's a lot further along the sales process already. And so that in this long-winded video is exactly why and how I run image ads. I think this is probably one of the most powerful techniques you can use because you can spit out image ads so quickly. You can text or test all the colors, the headlines, the images super quickly. And if you use them correctly in this pattern I'm going to show you, they will beat video ads a lot of the time and allow you to have at least a good mix of video ads and image ads, which you want to have. You don't want to just have purely video ads. So this is everything. This video has already gone way too long. I don't have anything else to say. If you want to see the funnels I'm running, link below this video. If you want to see the exact scripts I use in my video ads that have worked and sold hundreds of millions of dollars worth of product at this point, they're below as well. If you want to see how I make my video sales videos and all the stuff that happens on the page, the funnels themselves, after that is clicked, it's right below this video. I have nothing else to say. See you next video.